She did with her mama.
Probably because it won't burn as much going down.
Yeah. What do you wanna open up next?
Well, being that Thunderbird comes from the same company, and I think you came up with Wild Eye, which is Wild Irish Rose.
Wild Irish Rose.
Okay. And this here doesn't have a cork like most wines. You just peel off the top.
Yeah, turn top. That's probably to save. I think the cork tree is becoming a little rare, kind of extinct.
That's right. So we're just going with the caps. Anyway, Charles has some information on Wild Irish Rose.
I certainly do.
This is, you'll probably find this kind of bottle like if you're walking along the railroad tracks or some alleyways in Roanoke. You might find some empty bottles in the back corners and along brick walls.
The webpage claims this foul beverage, Wild Irish Rose, is a conspiracy by the Republicans to kill the homeless. That's what they said that Wild Irish Rose was all about. It's called wild for a good reason, and bystanders should beware. Wild Irish Rose is sure to light a fire of your drunken rage, a fire of drunken rage in your soul. The white label smells, they give it a kind of a review smelling like rubbing alcohol.
Well, I would think this is by color, this is an attractive wine. You know, it certainly has good color. The smell, it's got a decent smell to it.
Okay, now I guess we'll just need to, I hate to waste Thunderbird, but you
pour it in mine and then
pour it back in the bottle.
Oh, there we
go.
go.
I mean, there's no use wasting good
No,
wine.
you can't waste that. That's harder to do as you drink more.
Yeah.
Let me cap that.
Yeah. And speaking of capping and other important things, while we taste the Wild Irish Rose, and let's get you a close-up of that, and you'll see Richard's Wild Irish Rose. So it's got somebody's name on there, maybe the person who made it. And notice we also have grapes out here to kind of cleanse our palate in between wines. But what we want to do, since we're, these shows are only like 30 minutes, is people who know a lot about wine and who are kind of more cultured, like me and Grant, use a decanter. So you can decant wine, pour wine in that, and we'll let that set over here and open up. I got this at Provisions.
That's nice. That's an upscale place in town here.
Which one do you want to decant? Let's just drink some of the Wild Irish Rose. Why don't we decant the MD 2020?
There's an American classic.
Yeah. Orange Jubilee.
It's got a good color. Mm-hmm. We're going to decant MD 2020, also known as Mad Dog.
Mad Dog, which people, I think, kind of, MD actually, I'm pretty sure stands for Mogan David. But then people just kind of cheapened it by calling it Mad Dog. But
this looks like a science project in high school.
Yeah. Contains sulfites and FD&C yellow number 5. So that's actually, that's what's helping that wine with its color. There really aren't grapes that color. That is FD&C yellow number 5.
Looks like Tang.
Yeah. So we'll let that set over here and decant, which also means open up, and that'll bring out a lot of the flavors in the grapes that were used to make the MD 2020. Let's go with the Wild Irish Rose.
Now, Charles, this is what would be called a fat wine. Do you know what a fat wine is?
I haven't heard that term.
A fat wine is one that lacks elegance. And I don't think this is an elegant wine, but it sure is an effective wine.
And when we're talking about smelling it, do you,
these all kind of smell the same, Charles.
Yeah, they do smell the same. This one seems to have a subtle hint of plum, though.
They're just calling it red. That could be plum, cherry, strawberry, anything red.
And an excellent finish to that. See what you think.
A 357 and a glass of whiskey. I guarantee she don't even miss me. I gotta take a piss and drain out some of this whiskey. I got a 357 and a glass of whiskey. The more I pour down, the better I feel. I think in the moon glow she appeared like a grace.
Alright, I'm not in Richmond right now.
Then she left me with a gun and a glass of whiskey.
Let's see here. Yeah,
We haven't even tried the Longhorn,
let's open up the Longhorn.
because I'm waiting for Cisco.
Let's have one more close up of that. Like I say, the camera person didn't show, so which usually happens. Here we go with Longhorn.
Boy, that foxhorn is just not...
Oh, smell that! And one thing that you can tell a really good cheaper wine, but a really good cheaper wine, is notice where it doesn't just say grape wine, that says pure grape wine. So this is pure. It'd be like reading organic on something, or just pure ingredients. And this is a pure grape wine. And if you don't mind, are you finished your foxhorn?
Hey, Charles. I'm sorry I had to toss that. Okay, this is the Longhorn. I'm with you.
May I do this? It's November here, and it must be almost 80 degrees. The sun's out. It's a beautiful day. Good wine and good friends.
Good friends.
Yeah.
Longhorn.
Longhorn.
Now what's that? That's good. 21%. We're stepping it up now.
That is, yeah.
I like that.
Whew. You couldn't find any info, anything about Longhorn.
When I typed in Longhorn wine, something legitimate came up, so I knew I couldn't bring any information with me on that. But I would highlight, and you know what is nice? Look at the bottles. This is something that you would want to. This is almost flask-like in nature.
You could
you can walk a few blocks, pop it out, take a hit,
or go in like what I do sometimes when I go to a restaurant, just to save on money, and we're always giving money saving tips, is these fit real good down in the cowboy boot. You can put one in each boot, actually, and they're kind of flat so they don't stick out like trying to take a whole,
it's
like
contoured to fit
right around your ankle.
That's when you know it's a good
Take
wine.
that in, order a glass of wine, pay for that one. Waitress leaves, nobody's looking, bring your glass down under the table, and pour you some Longhorn in there.
Well, Charles, real quick, I want you to tell the people why we didn't have Boone's Farm here today. And both you and I started on Boone's Farm.
Yeah, we were first broke in on Boone's Farm.
That was the standard.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
So you parents might want to remember that, if you're trying.